Erika Ward. I'm an Atlanta-based interior designer and your host today for our new designer series. With me is Robin Barron. She's a New York-based celebrity interior designer, among many other things. And we also have Mark McDowell, who's a furniture and lighting designer. Mark, tell us about your collection.
Well, been with John Richards for 3 years. Normally we do several collections. The main group that we did this year is a black and brass group that's in the front entryway, which is
gorgeous. It's beautiful. That coffee table
Yes.
is everything.
Thanks.
Gorgeous.
Thanks. Yeah, I think to me it's a little sexy,
Very
which
sexy.
is nice,
A little sexy,
right? Because
to
right
put it
now
lightly.
there's a lot of casual, less sexy, more laid back
Yes,
going on. So
it's
to
true.
do something
Love it.
that's a little more sexy is kind of fun.
Yeah. And did you see the piece where he had a cityscape on the front of a bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so
that's beautiful.
Yeah, what's the application of that?
Well, the original inspiration, comes from an Italian designer, and then, to build in architectural forms and graphics on the front.
It was unexpected, but it was done very well. There was even the texture, and I know you're a texture guy, but we'll come back to that.
Yes.
So, what have you seen so far that you're just excited about, or what are you looking forward to seeing?
Well,
this
it's
market?
interesting that you mentioned texture because I'm majorly into texture.
Okay.
Textured materials, fabrics, on furniture, textured fronts, the mix of materials.
Yes.
I think that
Right.
is what makes design interesting. It makes a room interesting. It makes a piece interesting. So I'm most interested in seeing the juxtaposition of textures and materials.
I so agree. I think right now it's very, very exciting relative to there's a combination of like gloss, matte,
Yes.
rough, smooth,
Yes.
woven,
Natural materials.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
very, very exciting, and it goes from more of a glamorous all the way to casual, and then the mix and the play between the two, the juxtaposition
That's
is it's very exciting right now.
That's right. It makes much more interesting than old school, everything in one look, in one material, in one
Right.
texture or
Right.
color.
Yeah, less purist, more eclectic, a little bit more kind of a fusion. And actually, it's kind of what I
yes,
have
you-
on.
yes.
Right? I have slightly patterned pants. I have a
Right.
plaid
Yes, you
shirt and a
are.
striped shirt, right? Which is like the layering, which is interesting too, because beyond the texture, it's also play of patterning.
That's right.
I think things are maybe a little bit more playful, less rigid than they've been.
Less rigid.
Which-
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
It's true.
And I know you use a lot of the mix in your work, Robin.
I do.
So what element would you say is present, though, in each and every one of your designs, if there is one?
Oh boy, that's a good question
Okay.
because in my design work, I really pride myself on making it more specifically for my clients than
I
it
love
is
that.
about my look.
Yes.
So you wouldn't hire me to do a Robin Barron look. You'd hire me to really create something unique for you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't keep libraries in my office. Every job starts from scratch and
I love
the
that.
inspiration is the client. So
Sure.
I can't say there's one consistent thing
Mm-hmm.
specifically, but I think the continuing thread is that it's not stamped out.
Right.
Each job has, I like to twist it.
It's
I don't
authentic.
like to do anything that's just straight out of the box.
Yeah.
So I always have twists and something bold. There's always
Yeah.
something that's unexpected.
We're related.
I know, we're like soulmates.
Yeah, it's like the furniture room, and you brought up the piece with the,
Sure.
the front that has the architectural image on it, right? Is that twist in the
That's
front
right,
room.
that's
So
right.
everything's kind of calm and kind of put together, and then you put those pieces that give that.
But even in, you have
Personality.
a piece,
Yeah, yeah.
you've got a collection also that is very polished, but then there's a big piece of agate on the knobs and the pulls, and that's again speaking
Yeah,
toward
the-
that juxtaposition of smooth and rough and natural into,
And then something that's a little unexpected,
That's right.
right? The thing that
Always.
doesn't completely fit, but it still works.
That's right. And that can be
Yeah.
done with the texture, the shape. It can be done with color. With something that just you wouldn't expect it. That's not, I always say I'm not for the faint-hearted,
Right.
something that's not for the faint-hearted, that just
Right.
takes guts to
Uh-huh.
do.
Yeah.
That's what makes something interesting in design.
great.
Can you think of one thing that you encourage your clients to do? I know you design specifically for them and their lifestyles, but sometimes we can get a little rigid in our ways.
Yes.
And so can you think of one thing that you might do to kind of shake things up a little bit? Because really that's why they hire you,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
To kind of help them think outside of the box.
That's right. That's exactly right. So the thing I encourage every single client to do, and this is consistent, is to trust me and take that leap of faith. Because it's not about one specific decision with one piece.
Right.
It's about taking the leap of faith that the project is going to be fabulous for them, because it's all the little decisions that add up to the one big decision at the end.
And that leap of faith I think applies to you as well, when you can have an idea in your head and you sketch it out, or however your creative process goes, but then taking that leap of faith and implementing it, and getting that final product.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and part of it, trying to design product, for Robin's use, and then having, in a way I call bread and butter, because you need the comm pieces in order to have the excitement. To elevate a whole room, if all pieces are accent or exciting, it becomes busy and it's overwhelming. Although there are some designers who are pretty good at it, I personally wouldn't want to live in that space.
Sure.
Right. So when I'm designing, I try to think about that as far as doing complementary pieces and having what I call kind of the bread and butter, or anchoring or foundational pieces, and then bringing in those pieces that can be a little more jewelry.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
you make statement pieces for sure.
Yeah.
Well, there are also ways. I am coming out with my own collection of furniture, rugs, accessories, but also the one I'm most excited about is my hardware collection, because that is jewelry. So
Yes.
I really love having clean line, not plain,
Right.
because it has to be detailed, but clean line furniture, and then doing statement hardware or statement pieces on it. So it's not just gilding the lily, it's an extravagant piece and extravagant hardware. It's really that balance of being clean lined and also having that pop. And
That hardware also allows each individual client to personalize it, and that's your MO, the whole personalization, because that one piece of hardware can change the complete look of the piece.
that's right, it's like wearing jewelry, it changes all of it.
Exactly. It's very much like that, as far as how a well put together woman would be, right? And then when you
You're
put
the
silver
company, I
jewelry,
would say.
right? You have that perfect black dress. Whether you put
That's
diamonds on, you put pearls, you put silver jewelry with it, it changes the whole statement.
And you're a stylist too.
Well,
I'm kidding.
When you
But
create,
fashion
you create
designer.
with everything.
Yes.
Well, you kind of have to think in all those different levels, right? You can't just. I don't think it's good for anybody to overly niche themselves, right? If you just think your furniture, there's a greater world that you have to belong to,
That's right,
and
that's
that you
exactly
fit into. So,
Exactly right.
I pay attention to fashion. I
Yes.
pay attention to jewelry. I pay attention, to cars, watches. Right? It's
Yes,
all because we're a product of our
That's
time.
right.
What we do is timely. We
Right.
would like to think of ourselves as timeless, and that our product and things that we
But,
do
but we're
are timeless.
influenced.
But yes,
We're influenced
yeah.
by fashion a great deal.
Which is a great
fashion
thing.
and
Yeah.
home design, furniture design, interior design is very connected to fashion. We may not be influenced in that season that we see something in fashion, but over the course of the next, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, you're going to see, the color palettes, the detailing, the
Right.
mix of metals,
Right.
whatever it may be. You'll see it in home design. And I think that's really important. Pop culture plays an influence on
Yes.
us. We are influenced
Yeah.
by the world around us, and that's how it should be.
Well, I think you're in design, whether it be bathroom, bedroom, kitchen, whatever the case may be, and whatever piece that you design, whether it be a case good or a light fixture, almost historically documents
Yes,
the
it's
time
we're
period,
in
right.
right now,
Well,
right?
And then I think I'll speak for Robin too. Relative to being in this type of business, it is very fun because it's not too fast paced and it's not too slow. And you can talk to other people, because I have friends who are in the jewelry business or designing shoes. And I really feel for them, because they have
Right.
it's so much pressure.
Right.
Ours is morphs is a little slower, which for me is nice, but it's still renewing, right? It's like in 3 to 4 years, there'll be kind of a whole new story,
Right.
new ways we get to explore through the products or you're setting up homes. But it also allows you to explore yourself in new ways.
That's exactly right.
Right,
Whereas-
you discover new things about ourselves. It's
As
like,
you're
I didn't know I
designing.
would like that.
That's
And
right.
Yeah, it's a
Well, and
renewing.
the end result is
It's a
a
renewing
authentic
experience.
I started my career in fashion design, and that is 5 collections at least a year, and it is like this, and you have no time to process.
to
So,
breathe, yeah.
and so as you develop as a creative person, as a designer, doing home design, interior design, designing furniture and product, you really have the opportunity, as you say, to develop yourself and your aesthetic
And experience.
and you experience it more fully, and that's one of the reasons that I love this and I change careers.
Yeah.
Well, many thanks to the both of you for joining us today. This has
My
been a
pleasure.
very engaging conversation, and I think we could talk for hours on end. Well, if they bring
Well,
the cocktails around, we'll be
I
here
know
all
we
night.
can talk for hours on end.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy the show.
Pleasure.
Thank you.